The game I have for you today is between S. Williams and J. van der Wiel from Holland in Amsterdam 2019 this game is. In blitz. Don't get put off because it's the Queen's Gambit declined. Have a look at this. So anyway, let's get into it. So we've been here, done that. A lot of people have played this setup. Anyone can find these moves. Now the bishop drops back to f4. So some might play h4 here instead of bishop f4. They might play h4. So here comes b6. Now what would you play for white? What would you play? So this is 5 minutes, of course, so you haven't got that long. So white plays a pretty startling move, but it's kind of quite sensible, really. Just does this, g4. Well done if you thought of that attacking move. That's not the end of it yet. So we'll just bang through some more moves. Is it Kasparov? That's white. Queen f3. I believe the queen goes to h3. No, it's castling long. Now, obviously, white has to do something normal here. Doesn't want to probably play anything spectacular too much yet, so just play sensibly with e4. Now comes queen c8, and so queen h3 happens as promised before. Now black takes the pawn. Van der Wiel, the Grandmaster from Holland. Oh no, plays knight f8. Sorry, incorrect. So we're kind of overprotecting for black this e pawn on e6, which is a strategical important point in black's game. I believe bishop e5 happens now. Yes. And now comes pawn takes pawn. Bishop e2, b5. So it looks quite solid, doesn't it? Do you think it looks quite solid? Do you think this looks quite solid? See, white's completely ready now, and black is, we've got 5 pieces ready, and the rook is in the waiting ranks, waiting for, you know, the rook's on d1 is ready. I'll point to it if you like. I'll try to point to it, but it's funny how I point to it. But the rook is ready there on d1 as well as the rook on g1. So white's pretty primo, pretty primed for instant maneuvers here. If white waits around, then black will catch up. So white strikes really with some real good blows here, So what does white play here? I'll just look at my watch and just make sure you don't take too long, but I won't talk for about 10 seconds. So as they say, strike while the iron's hot. So what happens here is, good on you if you thought of this. Is it bishop takes knight and hoping to that black moves this knight so we can sort of go queen h7 and queen h8 checkmate? No. Is it knight e6? No. But it's like knight e6. So we've got knight f7 first, okay? Then the black king takes, because white is actually threatening queen h8 and queen g7 checkmate. So the strong former candidate for the World Championships or something like that, I believe, Wiel plays king f7. Is that the end of it? What do we do now? Take this knight. So here's another one. Or do we go bishop h5 check? Or do we resign? Or do we play queen h8, threatening the queen g7 or rook g7 checkmate? Or what? So now comes the next move. The next move is with the rook. So we could move the rook up here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or we can move it across here, but we take this, okay? And now it forces the king to take the rook, because nothing else can happen. King takes rook, and now I believe rook g1 is the next move. And then king f7, I think. No, knight g6 was the move. Now we have bishop h5, rook h8, rook g6, and now we have where does the king go? Where does the king go now? Because it's not too easy to find a move here quickly for white, but it might just be rook f6 is looking very nice for white. So if king f7, I bet the rook will take the knight on f7 if I ask Fritz. So here I'm asking Fritz for the move. King f8. That's what was played. Now I'm going to ask Fritz. I don't want to do this too much, so I'll switch the engine off. But I believe that king h7, white would then play rook f6, bishop f6. So king f8 is what the what black played here. And now what would you play now is what? Is bishop f6. Now I think black played bishop f6, rook f6, and here it's all over soon. And I think it was king e7, and now what would you play? Rook f7, king d6, queen g3 check, king c6. Now the bishop can move because it's not pinned by the rook anymore to the queen. Bishop f3, king b6, rook b7, and black resigned. Because here black's going to end up after queen takes, bishop takes, king takes, knight takes or similar, but probably knight takes here would be white's next move, and then white's threatening queen here or something to that effect, or knight d6 and knight takes pawn and b3, and white's got the extra piece against the two rooks. So that's the game for today. I hope you enjoyed that game, and I certainly did, and well done if you saw the tactics. I hope your chess gets better no matter what your level is. Thank you.